that's the first time I saw you. I was really touched about your passion, and well, I talked to a friend who saw you 2 weeks ago at Banger Head Festival in Germany, and I read it a lot online as well. A lot of people saying, well, the guys from Spain were actually one of the best bands in the festival,
Awesome.
one of the best shows, and yeah, today was likewise, I think. So it's really great that you take some time. So is there a secret to your upcoming success?
Is there any kind of success? I don't know, but we're just a heavy metal band.
Yeah, I think it was a question with one eye twinkling, but I think you have something about you that people can relate to, and that's not common at any time. And so you just do what you love. I think that's the point.
Yeah, of course.
You can feel the passion if you stand up on the stage and watch you play. But well, yes, really a very nice job. I thought I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the thrash metal scene in particular, if you would like to. I'm prepared for that. We can do small talk and drink beer as well, but I've prepared because in my opinion or what I see is that there are a lot of the so-called old veteran thrash metal bands had some sort of revival about the last 5 or 10, 10 maybe 5 years. Yeah, a lot of good, well-known bands from the 80s, the second row of the Bay Area, coming up, and on the other hand, I don't see many. Compared to other styles of metal music, I don't see many thrash metal bands coming up that reach a certain level of popularity, so to say. Do you have any idea about that, or what? How do you see that whole topic? Is there something that you can relate to, or something that you somehow have to say about or think about?
I don't know exactly why it's like this, but the thing is, as a music fan, like I am, I think that there was another time, it was in the 80s, when all the, for example, the Bay Area, Thrash-Metal came, all the Big Four, and European Thrash-Metal bands, especially the German Thrash-Metal bands, like the Big Teutonic Four.
Yeah.
I think there was another time, and those bands became huge. And it only happens once in a lifetime. Not only in thrash metal, I think in all styles, in heavy metal, even other kind of rock music. I think it only happens once in a lifetime. They were the first bands to do that, and after that, of course, another bands, great bands, came after them, but it's not the same. They were not the first ones.
Yeah.
It's difficult to be the first band and behind so amazing like Slayer, Anthrax, Metallica.
Doing something original, right? Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, music is not original at all nowadays, including ourselves. I mean, we don't pretend to be original. We just want to play the music we love, and it's pure heavy metal, speed metal, thrash metal. But sometimes it happens that you get that kind of bands, and maybe in the 90s and the 2000 decade, you got other modern bands like, for example, Machine Head, you got Slipknot, you got Korn, that bands, that is like the first band to do that, and then there are a lot of more. I think it's the same. And nowadays we got this, let's say, I don't like the word revival, but let's say this revival of thrash metal.
That's why I said little dots, but sort of, yeah.
But this is, for me, it's awesome because there are a lot of new incredible bands. And of course, a lot of bands from the USA, like the French from Warbringer, Havoc, but not only there are a lot of bands all over the world, even from Spain.
That's what was my next questions. If you have any, for our readers, some recommendations, Havoc or Warbringer, they already have a certain popularity. What is the scene in your country like? Are there thrash metal bands coming up? New thrash metal bands? Yeah. I know there are a lot of great progressive metal bands in Spain, but I don't know. Do you have any tips or recommendations?
Yeah, of course, we will say.
Yeah, actually, there
Friends
are
of yours?
more styles of that. Thrash metal. We recommend Crisis. They play yesterday.
Crisis from Barcelona. Actually, they are good friends of ours, but I think that they are the fucking future.
Yeah. Okay.
And I think it's not easy for us to say that because we were like the first band to start this thing in Spain 17 years ago.
70 already? Okay.
Yeah, 17 years ago. We started this there. There was not a huge thrash-metal scene in Spain. There was no.
Yeah.
There was no scene at all. We got a couple of bands in the 80s, but...
Yeah, Eros Silencio, right? They were quite famous, but they were not metal band at all.
In Spain, always the heavy metal was just... There are a lot of bands, and there's a huge scene. Most of the bands in the 90s and in the 80s, they were singing only in Spanish. So they were quite big in Spain and maybe in South America, but not for the rest of the world. We were one of the first bands singing in English and doing something that was not classic heavy metal or power metal, doing something harder or more extreme heavy metal. And after that, a lot of bands came up and just tried to follow our steps, and we will help with those bands as well, like our friends in Cruises, to say, okay, I mean, this is the way we think it works, and the way you can go out from Spain and try to play in other countries, not only even Europe, even you can travel to South America, to the USA, to Australia, Asia.
So when you tell me when you started, you were like 17 years ago, you were one of the first ones to do it like a little bit harder and with English vocals.
Yep.
What's that all about? Was it like is it the Catholic Spain, which is more conservative, or
no?
Are the Spanish just more
I don't know
related to their own language, or?
I would say that Spanish language is quite proud of itself. But in the other thing, to be honest, I think that we Spaniards, we were a bit out of time because we got the dictatorship until 75.
Yeah.
And until that, the country was completely blocked and closed to other not cultures, but for example, I remember when I was a kid, nobody's speaking English because why to speak English? Because the Spanish is the best language in the world. There was like that kind of thing. And sometimes it happens the same. So I think there's a lack of I don't know, culture, not culture, but I don't know how to say it. I think it's
just the mentality or the society
maybe.
And the politics around that time, probably. Yeah.
Yeah, and of course in the 80s when all the heavy metal thing came to Spain as well, all the bands were trying to sing against the government and against the things, and I think that they just thought that there was no reason to sing it in English because they wanted everybody to understand what they were singing.
Yeah.
You know
that makes sense, of course. Yeah.
And after that, it was like a small culture of heavy metal singing in Spanish, and not a lot of bands singing in English. I remember just a couple of them, like for example Darkmoor. Darkmoor, there was a very successful and very good power metal band from Spain. At the end of 90s, there was a girl singing there, Elisa, and a couple more bands singing in English as well. And they became quite famous in Europe as well.
Yeah. Okay.
After that, like playing harder music and singing in English and becoming bigger. It was the first band I would say. And I tried to do it in a very humble way, but I think it was our band.
Yeah, of course, yeah. You don't have to hide it,
No, but I mean, it was a very good thing for the Spanish scene.
Yeah, great, I think so. I read something about a live album coming up that you recorded like in January in Spain, and I didn't find any newer information. Can you give an update? When will it be published, or is there still work to do with your live album? Or?
Yeah, the thing is like this album is going to be a do-it-yourself thing. Of course, we count on all the support from our label, from Century Media. but it's something like we want to do by ourselves, and there's a lot of work to do there.
Okay.
We wanted to release it before summer, but it wasn't possible.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be out before the end of the year, maybe before Christmas or something like that. But we're still working on that because there are a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
And we're doing it by ourselves and with our friends and our technicians and all the other people. So.
Why did you decide to make it more on the do-it-yourself style? Was there something? Is there something wrong with your label? Or
No, not at all. No, not at all. No, but I think that, I don't know, I'm just telling what I think, that we're quite a big band in Spain, but we realized that we're still a very young band outside Spain. We're the new band for the rest of the world. And I think that maybe it's not the the time to release something worldwide like this. So maybe, I don't know, but maybe it should be when the band is bigger.
Yeah.
But for us, I think in Spain we'll always say that Spain is different. So I think even for that, Spain is different, and Spanish fans need something like that. We do need this for Spain as well. And I think it's going to be like a push-up for us outside Spain.
Okay.
So let's but there's nothing wrong with the label. Actually, no.
I was just wondering why did you decide?
I told you before that we we got their support, full support with that.
Yeah, you mentioned it. Of course.
I mean, with what I wanted to say with the do-it-yourself is like we're doing by ourselves. Like we're doing the audio and doing everything. I mean, doing the cuts and selecting what part is good, what not, and mixing and doing everything. That's what.
And I guess you guys have regular jobs, and so can do it in your free time, right?
No, actually no. This is our lifestyle.
Okay.
It's hard. But,
you're trying to live to make your money with the band.
We're all actually 7 years doing this. But
we have another words like
brave decision, right?
Yeah.
But you can do things like guitar teaching, working in a studio, but the first thing is the band.
We got side jobs, but always related to music, and of course related to the band that we can share with that.
Okay. It's impossible to have a
normal job.
Yeah, I know. I know that there's probably a certain point if you have a band. If you want to go further, you have to take the leap, right?
Of course.
And I think that's what we are.
We're touring a lot. We're touring almost every month, and you cannot be out of your job like 2 or 3 months, not even 1 month.
Yeah.
So it's like, their side jobs, we got this. He's a guitar teacher. Victor, the drummer, is a drum teacher. And for example, myself, I was a guitar teacher as well, but now I'm working in a music store, my own music store.
Okay.
My brother is very good doing things with wood, doing things from wood, tables and stuff.
Okay, great.
It's like vocation now. So that's sort of like part-time side job.
Okay. And I think in the last few years, it wasn't probably not very easy to get a regular job. On the other hand, right?
Yeah, of course.
It's a quite big economic disaster.
Yeah. Even if we wanted to have a normal job, it was impossible for that.
I know people from Spain who were coming to Germany or to Switzerland just because they wanted to have a job.
Yeah, like 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
It was like an exodus. A lot of people going out from Spain because there was no job at all. There was, but that's another story.
Yeah, so. I think so. So last question. I understood you're still very busy with your live album, but what's going on beyond? Are you already writing new material for the next album?
We are writing right now, and preparing new songs, and making demos.
Okay.
To decide a day to go to the studio, but it's in the air for the moment.
So will you have a little break when the live album is out, or will you just go for the new album without any holiday or whatever?
No, there's no holiday.
Holiday? What is?
What is this?
No, I was just asking. If the live album is out, you go on for the next step, right?
Yeah, no. Even if the the live album is not out, we're gonna go straight for the new album. We have to. I mean, we're working for the new album like 2 months already, and we got new songs, new riffs and stuff. Also, we're working on other things. Like this year is the 10th anniversary of our second album, Give and War, and we just prepared a new release in vinyl of this album.
Oh, nice.
We're gonna do a small tour in Spain, like 4 or 5 days, only playing that album. It's gonna be awesome. And we're also working on the live album and working on the new album. It's like,
so you're juggling, everything.
Yeah.
Guitar teaching, live album,
everything.
Okay.
Everything.
Respect.
Definitely.
Well, I think the time is up, isn't it? Marco? Huh?
Totally up. But I think it was our fun.
Well, looking forward to the live album, of course, and maybe even a little bit more to the next studio album. I really,
I still don't know what to expect there. I think it's going to be much better than the last one.
Guys. Respect and respect for your decision. Just to, I always say that to do your own thing, and that's what the fans can relate to. They feel it if a band has the passion, and that's not in every band, right? Well, thanks for your time, Guillermo.
Thanks to you.
Can we have a small photo?
Of course.
I can switch to.